Good morning, yogis. Welcome to this class. Today, we're going to start our first class of mindful self-care yoga for 45 minutes. So I hope you find these shorter lengths of classes a little bit more inspiring for you to stay with a sense of excitement for your practice. We're going to do a series of happy in the body. So last week we did happy hips, and today we're going to do a happy spine. So in the spine we have different movement, and the spine is a very important part of the body, not only because all the nerve and the data, DNA information lies on our spine, but it also connects the upper body with the lower body and creates mobility for us to become functional in the day-to-day. So I'm going to talk you briefly through some of the main movements of the spine. So when we go into the flow or the class, then you are more familiar, and perhaps you get to appreciate more your body anatomically. So we have what is called extension of the spine. And when you hear the word extension, pretty much think of opening the front of the body. So every time you do some kind of back bend, is the anterior of the body, it's open up and the spine goes back. Okay, when you hear flexion, is all like flexing forward. So child's pose, uttanasana. Then we have the lateral flexion or side bend when we go into one way or the other, like so. And then we have the rotation of the thoracic spine where the rib cage resides. So we have the closed twist, is the twist that comes into the midline of the body, and the open twist, that is the twist that goes outside the midline of the body. So through this practice, we're going to warm up the spine. We're going to go into the flow, so to speak. It's not a flow, but we're going to go into the juicy part of the practice, and then we're going to cool down the practice. In order to warm up the spine, it's very important to engage the abdominals. The abdominals are such an important component for a healthy spine and a strong spine, especially because it starts on the lower back. And then, of course, the shoulders are responsible for the upper back. So as you can see, the spine is also related to the neck and all the way down to the sacrum. So let's go ahead and start in child's pose in our flexion, just to kind of give our spine some nice stretch. So whatever you decide to face on your mat, keep your knees together, press the top of your feet into the floor, and then sit on the heels and let your chest drop into your thighs, and then press gently the forehead into your mat so you can feel the weight of the pelvis pressing down and back. Feel the weight of gravity pressing the middle back into the thighs. And as you relax the head, you're also stretching the back of the neck, the cervical spine. And take this opportunity to drive your senses within you and notice, become a witness of the fluidity of the breath. Reach the hands above the head and pressing the palms down into the floor to kind of waken a little bit the shoulders as well. Just notice, perhaps you feel the spine is a little bit tight, a little bit tense. Maybe you start to pop some bones, everything finding the tuning, the alignment in here. Give yourself a couple more breaths, settle in, arrive into your body, feeling the breath. And just arrive into this practice with a sense of self-compassion for the body. And as we go into this happy spine theme of the practice, just try to find appreciation for what are you able to do. And don't focus so much on the limitations or the boundaries. Just simply acknowledge and embrace what the body can do. Take one more breath in. As you exhale, walk both hands to the right, so a little side bend, lateral flexion. lean most of the body weight into the left and let your head drop down, relaxing the right shoulder, keeping your legs squeezing into each other and breathing into that lateral stretch of the torso. All the muscles around the spine and getting the proper stretch. Continue walking the hands forward and away from the body as you press your hips back. And then slowly bring your hands back to center. Let's walk them to the other side. So reaching your right hand as far away from the body, leaning all the body weight into your right side. And just let the head drop and relax. Everything that you might feel is hyper tense. One more breath. And then slowly come back to center. And from here, we're going to do some gentle warm up for the shoulders. So as you stay in child's pose, we're going to do a gentle thread the needle, a spinal rotation, a right hand under the left. And do the best you can to kind of drop the head here. The right shoulder, of course, is not going to touch the floor. We're just gently stretching your scapula and activating a little bit the thoracic here, the thoracic spine, a gentle twist to the left. Use your arms to ground yourself. Use your legs to ground yourself. And allow the breath to go into the middle back. One more breath in. As you exhale, undo that twist. Reach both hands forward, relax the head, child's pose for one breath. In your next inhale, left hand under the right, opening and twisting to the right. Let both hands really walk away from the body. And with your hips, you're gonna press back so you can feel that stretch. You can feel that length of the energy moving through the bones and the muscles. One more breath. And then slowly, again, back to child's pose, both hands reaching forward. Breathing in, breathing out. Good, and then slowly press your hands back, lifting the spine. Now we're seated on the heels. If sitting on the heels is something that doesn't feel comfortable on your ankle joints or your fascia, on your plantar fascia, find your comfortable seated position. You can cross your legs. You can place a blanket under the heels. What we're going to do here, we're going to move the spine in circles. So we're going to lean forward, out to the side and back, and to the left and forward. So I'm going to face you forward so you get a sense of what we're doing. So we're leaning forward, out to the side, back, into the rest. So we're doing a big circle with the shoulders. Imagine your shoulders or your head is drawing a big circle in the air, and pick one direction. So I choose to go to the right first. And one more breath. And then slowly from here, switch directions. So not only we're bringing some movement to the spine, we're also warming up the hip joints, right? The spine is connected to the hips. One more breath. Good. Now we're gonna go into our backs. We're gonna warm up the core. So rest your feet on the ground. Let your entire spine rest on the floor, and then keep your knees bent. Bring your hands into the lower belly and try to minimize the arch of the lower back, middle back. So try to really squeeze the belly in, and then hover the knees above your hips. And then it's almost like your thighs are pressing forward, knee and hips and shoulders are making 90 degrees. So take an opportunity here to feel how much you need to engage the core here. And then nice and slow, you're gonna tap the right toes forward and back. And we're gonna do that 5 times on each side. So starting, extending the left, coming back. Right, inhale. Exhale, center. Left inhale. Exhale, center. Right inhale. Just do very slow movement. If you go fast, you are not engaging the core. So you have to really continue pressing the lower back into your mat and try to keep those knees as far away from the chest because that's what's going to activate the core. So we have 2 more rounds on each side, nice and slow. Stay with the breath. And just notice that this is hard. It's supposed to be hard. So try to soften any tension in the neck, any tension on the face. But mainly, please maintain your breath. Nice and slow, inhaling and exhaling. And then 1 more on each side. You got this. Good. And then on your last one, bring both knees to the chest, give them a nice hug, and gently rock side to side. So this is a complete, nice, gentle massage for the lower back, your sacrum. Release the feet on the ground as wide as your hips. Windshield wiper with your knees and hips. Reach the arms overhead, both knees drop to the right. Press the left hip forward. Inhale back to center. Exhale, knees to the left. Right hip presses forward, stretching even your quadricep here on the right. Exhale back to center. And continue breathing, moving at your own pace. 2 more rounds on each side. It's okay to keep the lower back a little arch. Now we're letting the spine to go back to its natural ways. And 1 more on the left. Good, and then slowly come back to center. Once again, hug the knees to your chest. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna roll the spine back and forth. Perfect massage for the spine. So hands behind your thighs, behind your knees. Squeeze the inner ankles. Draw the belly in. And then when you're ready, as you inhale, roll forward into the hips. Hold it for Navasana. Exhale, round the upper back. Roll back into the shoulders. Inhale, forward for Navasana. Exhale, round back for shoulders. Last one, inhale, forward, Navasana. Exhale, round back, and find Navasana. Now we're gonna go into half Navasana. You can do 1 leg at a time, both legs at the time. And half Navasana means we're getting closer to the ground. There's a lot of core engagement here. When you're ready, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Remember, you can do this with both legs. I don't think I'm there today. And 2 more on each side. And last one. Hold it in Navasana. Exhale, release the feet down and walk yourself back into downward facing dog. So this is another way for the spine to lengthen and to grow. Pressing the hips as high up through the seat bones, letting the crown of the head just point between the arms and just feel the spine growing taller and breathing deeply. Spread your toes, spread your fingers, and settles through the knuckles. 1 more breath. Now walk the feet slightly forward. So it's like you're doing a shorter downward facing dog. Very short downward facing dog. And the idea is, because we're gonna do a gentle twist. Bring your left hand outside your right calf. And then press with your right hand to grow the hips nice and tall so your spine is lengthening. And because the downward facing dog, it's a little shorter, maybe your heels are touching down to the ground. So press the thigh bones, the knees back to help you bring the chest a little closer to your legs, and then open and look under your right armpit. Keep the hips in the center of the mat, one more breath. And then exhale, undo. Back to that short downward facing dog. Take one inhale. Exhale, right hand outside the left calf. Lean back and look under your left armpit and pressing that calf into that right hand. And feel free to bend that right elbow if that makes you closer to your twist. One more breath. And then slowly release that twist. Walk your hands to your feet. Forward fold. This is a flexion of the spine, stretching the posterior of your body, which means the back of the legs, the back of the spine. Grab opposite elbows and gentle swing side to side. Move the head, yes and no. Full breath in, full breath out. One more breath. And then release the hands and press back into your downward facing dog. One more time, your feet slightly back. 2 rounds of breath, inhale. And long exhale. One more breath. Good. Take an inhale, bring your right leg up and back. As you exhale, bring your right foot forward between the hands. Find your low lunge. Give yourself a moment here to open the chest. And make sure the front knee is stacked above the front heel, on top the toes of the back foot, and really, really engage the core. Sacrum lengthen so we can bring the chest up, arms overhead, inhale. Exhale, twist to the right, right hand into the thigh. You can use some blocks and rest your left fingertips on a block. One more inhale. And then exhale, close the twist. Press back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward between the hands. Find that low lunge. So now you know the alignment. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, right hand fingertips on the ground on top of a block. Left hand on the thigh to twist to the left. Breathing in. Breathing out. And then release the twist, stepping back into downward facing dog. One full breath. Long exhale. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, crescent lunge, high lunge. Arms overhead, inhale. As you exhale, palms together in the center of the heart, come halfway forward. Bend the front knee so much that it's on top of that front heel. Now look and feel the back thigh engage. Back heel is lifted, pressing through the ball of your foot. Crown of the head to the front of the mat. And your belly is away from the thigh. So you are engaging here the core. Gently twist the spine to the right and press the palms in the center of your heart center. So stay halfway forward down. Do not rest that elbow on the thigh. I want you to engage the core, so draw the belly in. This is using and strengthening the spinal muscles because you're not collapsing in here, relying on the arm and the leg. You're using your spinal muscles to divine gravity, pushing you down. You're resisting with that strength of the spine. Take a deep inhale. Now you can rest that elbow into the thigh because we're going to bring that back foot forward for twisted chair pose. When you're ready, bring it forward. Sit deeper and twist. Keep the hips in the center. Adjust your feet. Gaze down. Sit back. Hips back. One more breath. And then exhale, undo the twist and forward fold. Nicely done. Inhale, lengthen your spine halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead, interlace the fingers and side into the right. Press the pelvis forward, engage your toes, open the chest straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, center, exhale, left. Once again, strong core, breathe in. Exhale, center, long inhale, stretch, maybe open the chest, little back bend on the top, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, press back to downward facing dog. You ready to do that on the other side? Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, crescent lunge, arms overhead. Settle your feet. Settle, find your alignment, and reach the arms overhead. Exhale, come halfway forward. Find your stability here. Engage the core, keep bending and using the legs, and twist into the left. Stay hovering, so you're engaging your muscles, strengthening your spine muscles. Now drop that right elbow on the left thigh. Find your deeper twist. Bring your gaze down. When you're ready, step forward for twisted chair. Stay here, sitting deeper and back. One more breath. Exhale, center, chair pose, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Arms overhead, reaching nice and tall, little back bend on the top. Exhale, center, interlace the fingers, flip the palm. Exhale, side into the right. A little deeper, inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center. Exhale, release the hand, chest down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's do one more round of standing balancing poses. We're gonna go into our warrior two. So take an inhale, bring your right leg up and back. Exhale, foot between the hands, left heel drops. Warrior two on the right side. As you bend the front knee, make sure once again, stack on top of that front heel. Make sure that front hip is lifted so your pelvis is centered and the back toes slightly in or slightly out. Just make sure you find what feels right. Arms out to the side, looking to the front of your mat. Let's grab some blocks, as you said. It's gonna simplify what we're gonna do. Place that block outside your right foot. So we're gonna do some lateral flexion, side bending, just to maintain that spine, continue working, obliques on the core, QL on the back. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle, so right hand back, keep bending, left hand above the head. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, reverse. As back as you can. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior. Extend the front leg. Prasarita. We're gonna do some twisted wide-legged forward fold. So nice and slow, keep your hands out to the side like an airplane, and nice and slow, as you anchor yourself through the feet, use the leg to slowly continue forward fold. Bring those hands behind the ankles, the calf, and press to make your spine longer as you bring your hips higher up. Bring your left hand outside your right ankle. Open your right arm up. Find that twist. I'm bending my left elbow to get deeper into my twist. And then release, come back to center, switching side. Right hand in outside your left leg. Keep your head in between the feet, pointing to the wider side of your mat. And then open that left arm. So you're stacking shoulder to shoulder. Breathing in. Exhale, release. Hands into the hips. Squeeze the elbows and shoulder blades. And use the strength of the core and the spine to lift yourself nice and slow all the way up. Nice. Warrior 2, left side. Adjust your feet, bend your left knee, bring that block outside your left foot. Once you find your steady, stronger warrior 2, take an inhale. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, warrior 2. Try to get your hips a little lower and try to move from the belly button. So warrior 2, exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Exhale, side angle. Last one. Inhale, center. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, center. Extend the front leg. Both hands forward and down, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Very good. 2 rounds of breath. Feel the heat that is building up. Give yourself a moment. Nice and slow, roll into your first plank. Hips parallel to the floor, not too high, not too low. Core in, pushing the floor away, even with your fingertips. Lifting the heels, lifting the thighs. You can take a chaturanga or slowly find your way into the belly. Nice and slow, all the way down. Let's prepare for baby cobra. Now we're doing extension for the spine, a little back bend. So pressing the top of your feet, pressing your hips, pressing your palms, and using the crown of the head and draw the skull towards the back as you open the chest. Exhale, release. 2 more rounds. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades, breathe the shoulders back and elbows back, lift the chest. Maybe you play with a little intensity, how much deeper. Exhale, forward fold, respecting your body. Inhale, back bend, cobra. Exhale, forward fold. Grab your ankles, bending the knees, arms reaching back. Keep the knees as wide as the hips, pointing the toes towards the back of your mat, flexing the foot. Kick the foot into your hands, lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, 1 more breath. Exhale, release. Keep the knees bent, move the feet side to side, windshield wipes on your belly, making a pillow with your forearms to rest the head. Couple breaths. We're gonna come into Sha Ravasana. So reach the arms back. When you're ready, we're gonna hover the hands and the legs up. Arms, legs. Inhale, stay here. Exhale. A little higher, inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more rounds. Take 1 inhale. Exhale. Get ready. Inhale, Sha Ravasana. Exhale. Stay. Inhale. Exhale, release. 1 breath. Last one. Inhale, Sha Ravasana. Exhale. Grow a little taller. Inhale. Exhale, release. Press into child's pose, knees together. Just how you start the practice. Notice. Notice the breath, settle the mind, feel your body. No judgment, no judgment. Substitute the judgment for appreciation and gratitude for your spine. From here, we're gonna go into our backs. We're gonna do some gentle twists with eagle legs. So once you are on your back, reach the legs straight up. And then from here, cross your right leg on top of your left. And then bend the knees. And both knees are going to the left, right arm to the right. Let the hips rotate to the left. And just breathe into this deep twist, lower back. Settle the breath. And your right shoulder might or might not touch the floor. Try to lift the chest and rotate from the belly button up. So it's your rib cage that are trying to twist away from the thighs. One more inhale. Now keep the eagle legs, keep the cross of the legs and come back up to center. It's a little core. Extend the legs. And we're going to do that on the other side. Cross your left on top of the right. Bend the knees. You can interlace the shin bones if you want, but you don't have to. And then both knees to the right. And you can keep those knees as high up to the chest or as far away from the chest. That is going to change the intensity of the twist. Open your left shoulder, ground it to the floor. Bring your gaze to the left. 2 breaths. Keep the legs as they are. Bring them back to center. Uncross the legs. Come into happy baby. You can grab your big toe or the outer edges of your feet. Knees apart, heels up. Gently rock side to side, sacrum on the ground. Release that breath, inhale. Full on exhale. Good, now release the feet on the ground, knees back to center. We're gonna do a bridge pose. So hands in front of you, reaching to the heels. Toes and knees pointing towards the front of the mat. Lift the chest and bring the shoulder blades a little closer. So you are arching the lower back already. You're grounding yourself through the top of the shoulders into the mat. When you're ready, bring those knees forward as you lift the hips. Maybe you grab the heels, maybe not. Just interlace fingers underneath. Any variation of bridge pose. We're going to stay here for 4 breaths. Keep the gaze up, relax. Keep the natural curve of the neck. Follow a natural weight of the body to do the pose. 2 more breaths. And slowly bring the sacrum down. Hug the knees to your chest. Gently rock side to side. We're going to do one more pose for cooling down before we go into Shavasana. So roll into your seated for a moment. And for this one, we're going to need 2 blocks. So you're going to place 1 block. We're going to do supported fish pose. 1 block to support the head. And the other block to support the middle back. So you have to adjust, you have to explore middle back right here. We want this to be supported on a block, so adjust the blocks. And then from there, you let the head drop. And of course, you can adjust the height of the block if you want a higher or lower. It all depends on how it feels. We're now stretching the front of the chest, Arms out to the side. 3 options with your legs. Keep the feet on the ground, knees bent. Baddha Konasana, knees out, heels in. Or legs extended right in front of you. They're all offering different options for the thighs, for the hips, and the lower back. So choose the one that feels less effort. Stay here. Close your eyes. Let the pose do the magic on the fascia in the spinal muscles, opening any tension you might feel in your clavicle, in your chest, in the deltoids. Give yourself a moment to feel even more relaxed as you exhale. Settle your mind. And at any point, you can change the variation of your hands and your legs just to make it even more your version of the pose. One more breath. Slowly, wherever you are, bend your knees, feet on the ground, hands by your side. We're gonna roll to either side to remove the blocks so we can go back into our spine, resting it all the way into the floor. Find your Shavasana here. Just a brief moment to digest the whole practice, letting the spine to feel relaxed. Arms at your side. You want to cover yourself with a blanket or just make yourself comfortable in any way. Please do so. Feel every energy that you might feel around the spine, your core, shoulders, and neck. Visualize the entire spine lengthening and growing stronger and healthier with every movement throughout the practice. Imagine your inhale wrapping around every disc and vertebrae in the spine, healing and nourishing strength and flexibility. All the way from the lower back to the upper back. Every joint in the body lubricates and benefits from movement. So all these movements that we have done today are bringing an invitation to your synovial fluids on the disc of your spine to hydrate, to lubricate, which helps to increase the health and age of your spine. So give yourself a few more minutes here just to let your spine absorb all those movements. Keep your mind in this moment as you find a sense of presence and appreciation for your body. There is an immense value in resting and slowing down. So this is the part of the practice where we come into balance. Your next inhale, gently bring your senses back to the room, back to your body. Move your toes, your feet, your hands, your wrists. Give yourself a long stretch as you take another inhale. Exhale, knees to the chest, hug them in, side to side, rocking. Roll into your right side for a moment. No rush, settling. Then as you exhale, take your time to come all the way up to your comfortable seated position. Close your eyes, settle, and feel your spine growing taller like a mountain. As you press your seat bones down, relaxing your hips and legs. Crown of the head helping you to grow taller as you relax the shoulders. With deep sense of gratitude for the movements of the body and how the body benefits from the movements. We're here honoring our spine. I hope you feel stronger and healthy and open and flexible throughout the entire day in your entire body with a happy spine. Rest your hands on your heart. Gently bow on our head. Just take one breath in and out. And infinite gratitude. Thank you so much for making space for yourself. Thank you for practicing with me. And I really look forward to seeing you. There is a survey online that I really will appreciate if you take 1 minute of your time to let me know what do you need so I can help you better. It is so important in today's day. Teaching online is completely different and very valuable. And that's why this type of communication is so important for me as a teacher, to get a feedback and to make sure that what I'm offering you is exactly what you need. That's the whole point. So please take a moment to fill that survey if you haven't done that already. And if you have done that, infinite gratitude for your feedback. I hope to see you very soon again. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, thank you, thank you.